fresh out of the air fryer, golden, warm, and just the right kind of crisp around the edges. That rich black sugar melted down like thick honey, oozing from the center, warm, sticky, and shimmering like it knows it's the star of the show. You can almost hear it sigh as it stretches, pulling into soft, glistening ribbons of syrup. The smell, brown sugar, toasted flour, like a cozy winter morning wrapped in a golden crust. This, my friends, isn't just a snack. It's a little pocket of joy, Hotteok. Now let's bring this dough to life. Start with half a pound of whole wheat flour, earthy, hearty, and full of depth. Add in just half a teaspoon of instant yeast. It may be small, but it knows how to rise to the occasion. A tablespoon of olive oil, smooth, golden, and quietly essential. And 1 full cup of warm water. Not boiling, not cold, just a gentle warmth like early spring. Pour it all into a large mixing bowl or measuring cup. Now stir, slowly at first, then with a bit more purpose. You're not just mixing ingredients, you're coaxing them into becoming something more. Sticky, soft, and a little messy. Exactly how it should be. Once the dough comes together, let it rest. Cover it gently with a cloth or plastic wrap and leave it at room temperature for about 30 minutes. This is its quiet time, where the magic of rising begins. After 30 minutes, the dough has risen beautifully, soft, airy, and full of promise. Run your fingers over the top. See how it gently springs back? That's how you know it's ready. Sprinkle some whole wheat flour onto your board. Not too much, just enough to keep things from sticking like a dusting of fresh snow. Carefully turn the dough out onto the surface. It's warm, slightly tacky, and smells faintly nutty. Press it down with your palms. Fold it over once, then again. Feel the tension build. This is how structure forms. Now divide the dough, first in half, then into 5 equal pieces. Use your hands or a dough cutter if you prefer precision. Roll each piece into a small, smooth ball, cupping it gently between your palms. The dough should feel soft but strong, like a well-rested pillow. Place each one aside and cover loosely with a clean cloth. Let them rest again just a little longer as we prepare the filling. Now, we turn to the very soul of our Hotteok, the luscious filling that transforms every bite into a symphony of flavor. Begin with a handful of almonds, sturdy and fragrant, and a similar measure of walnuts, each packed with a rich, earthy note. Place them gently on your board and take your rolling pin to work. Press down, roll forward, and hear the satisfying crackle as the nuts break into crunchy morsels. Don't rush. Let the rhythm soothe you as the nuts yield beneath your touch, revealing a texture both coarse and delicate. Next, measure out 4 to 5 generous tablespoons of black sugar. Dark, glossy, and as thick as liquid midnight. Pour the sugar over the crushed nuts and begin to stir. Slowly, patiently, watch as each grain dissolves into sticky sweetness, coating every morsel in a gleaming embrace. This mixture is no ordinary filling. It is a treasure trove of crunch and caramelized delight, waiting patiently to be nestled inside the warm, golden dough pockets we so lovingly prepare. Now, before the magic begins, we prepare our vessel. Gently lay a sheet of parchment paper into the air fryer basket, pressing it down so it hugs the corners just right. Then, with a soft brush or even the back of a spoon, glide a layer of olive oil across the surface. Slow, smooth strokes. This not only prevents sticking, but gives each Hotteok a golden, delicate crisp on the bottom. The kind of finish that whispers, care was taken here. Now the shaping begins. One by one, take each ball of dough, soft and springy in your palm, and place it gently on your floured board. With your fingertips, press it outward in small, slow circles. Let the dough stretch naturally like it's breathing beneath your touch. You're not forcing it, just guiding it into a gentle round, about the size of your palm. There's no need for perfect symmetry. In fact, a little unevenness brings character. Now take 2 teaspoons, heaping, not shy, of your nut and sugar filling. The mix should be rich and textured like crushed jewels of flavor. Place it right in the center of the dough. Feel the contrast between soft dough and grainy, sticky sweetness. Then carefully gather the edges, folding them upward like you're wrapping a tiny bundle of warmth. Pinch the top closed with care, tight enough to seal but gentle enough not to tear. Turn it over, seam side down, and with cupped hands, roll it softly until it becomes a neat little pouch. Repeat this quiet act 4 more times. It's almost meditative, like shaping small hopes one at a time. And when you're done, let them rest just a while longer. They've earned it. And now, we come to the quiet alchemy, the act that prepares sweetness for its awakening. Take your burger press. It may look simple, unremarkable, but in your hands, it becomes an instrument of care. Brush it gently with olive oil, just enough to catch the light, a glimmer across its smooth face like a sheen of dew on morning stone. This oil is not only protection, it is a promise that no flavor shall cling where it is not meant to. Now place your filled dough gently onto the board, seam side tucked underneath, its surface rising slightly like a held breath. Lower the press, not all at once. Let it descend like dusk, soft, inevitable. You'll feel the resistance at first, the dough pushing back, reluctant to flatten. But slowly, under the weight of patience, it yields. The circle expands, the edges thin, evenly, and beneath the surface, the hidden treasure, black sugar, crushed walnuts, almonds, begins to spread, to settle, awaiting the warmth to come. This is more than just shaping. This is engineering heat. So by creating this perfect even disc, you ensure the air fryer's fire will enter not in chaos, but in perfect balance. Every edge will warm, every bite will melt, and the sugar will surrender, not burn, not boil, it will bloom. It will flow like golden nectar, like honey drawn from memory. Do this again. Oil, place, press, breathe. With each repetition, the emotion grows quieter. The hands begin to remember what the mind forgets. You are not merely making 5 pastries. You are shaping 5 invitations to joy. Let them rest now, just briefly. They are no longer dough. They are stories sealed in softness, waiting to be told by fire. Now that all 5 parcels of dough are prepared, each one filled, pressed, and patiently shaped, it's time to lay them out with care. Not too close, for though they are keen, they need space to grow, to breathe, to become their truest selves. Arrange them upon your parchment or board, each resting like a small moon in its own quiet orbit. Be mindful, for the dough is soft and responsive, and too much haste could mar the delicate edges. Now once more, take your burger press. Return to the gentle ritual, not to flatten, but to affirm. Press each round just lightly, reaffirming its shape, encouraging its center to settle, and ensuring the sweet heart within stays evenly poised. This second press is not necessity. It is intention. It is the artist's final stroke, the potter's last touch before the kiln. A gesture of symmetry, a quiet act of care. When all 5 are ready, take a moment to look upon them. Not merely as dough, but as something more. A promise of sweetness held in perfect stillness, waiting for heat to sing its song. And now, dear cook, the fire must awaken. Preheat your air fryer or oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Allow it 3, perhaps 5 minutes to stir from slumber until it hums with readiness. While it warms, look upon your 5 perfect rounds, shaped with care, filled with sweet treasure, pressed with the touch of reverence. Now, with gentle hands, place them inside. Do not crowd them, for even pastries need a little room to find themselves. Let them bake at 350 degrees for 12 to 14 minutes, long enough for alchemy to take place. The dough will rise slightly, its outer shell turning golden and crisp, while within, the sugar melts to liquid amber. But here, a small secret for the devoted: when there are but 4 or 5 minutes left, open the fryer, gently lift each piece and turn it over. A simple flip, and yet it gives the pastry a balance, a golden hue on both sides, a fuller crunch beneath the soft, warm core. It is a kindness, and kindness, as ever, makes all things taste better. Now return the turned pastries to the heat and let them bake through the final moments. This is when the magic ripens, when the black sugar, once firm and humble, begins to surrender, softening into a golden syrup, seeping gently through the folds of dough. It is the moment when sweetness becomes silk, when warmth becomes wonder. Wait, just a little longer. Let time finish what your hands began. The kitchen fills with the cozy scent of toasted nuts and caramelized sugar, a promise of simple joy soon to be savored. It is a delight to offer such a treat, especially to children whose eyes light up with the first taste of warmth and sweetness, gently sliced through the center. Watch as the black sugars, almonds and walnuts, once separate, now mingle and melt, flowing like liquid honey, dripping slowly, lovingly, inviting you to savor every golden drop. This is more than a snack. It is a small moment of happiness,